Thank you for tuning in to another video. If you recall correctly, we were supposed to be going into the alphabet G next, as in Gregory, and hopefully we will be doing that in just a moment. But I just wanted to throw a few things at you here and give you a preview of what we're going to be looking at a little bit more closer in time to come. You know, there's a lot of words in our English language that has the same beginning, like trans, under, inter, intro, and intra. So I just want to show you in Gregg Shorthand how we make allowance for that and speeding things up when we write any word that has these beginnings. In Gregg Shorthand, any word that starts with trans, we make a little T above the word. Now in Gregg Shorthand, if we wrote that on the bottom line, that would be at or it. That on the bottom line, that would stand, let me do it down here. On the bottom line, if I wanted to write at or it, I would simply make a little T. Uh, Now also in Gregg Shorthand, if you notice I went from bottom to top, of course I had to darken it in so it went back and forth, but that could be SH, and if I come down, CH, and that would be J. But this is a T if you just go up in the alphabet, Gregg Shorthand alphabet, that's a T. Well, whenever you write a word in Gregg Shorthand that begins with the word trans, you simply put a T above it, and that stands for translate. Now watch how quick this is. The word transform. Transform is just that T and an F and an M. That's it. Let's see if we want to write the word translate. And I know y'all are tired of hearing this, but I'm on this slant, so bear with me. Translate. You just write that over it. How about transfer? If we want to write transfer, you just put the little T over it and an FR. See how quick that is? Transfer. How about transferal? Trans, FRL, transferal. So that is the quick way that we actually, and please forgive me for the penmanship here, but like I said, I am way over here and I can't really get out in front. So I'm trying to do the best I can, but I think y'all are seeing clearly what needs to be done here, and hopefully when you get your pen and paper, you'll be able to do a better job. Notice I'm not going, I went a little bit over halfway here, but that F only comes up halfway, comes down. So that's transform, translate, transfer, transferal. Now look at the word under. How about the word understand? Well, if you remember, the word you and your is wrote with a little U. That's the U in Gregg Shorthand. And the word you and your, that's how we write it, with that U. Okay, now the word under here, if we wanted to write the word understand, all we do is put that above the word. And then that stands for the word under. Under, S-T-A-N-D. Now, in a little while, I'm going to be getting to that stroke. See, that looks like a P if you come down halfway. Just like this is an F if you come down halfway. But when you start at the bottom and go up to the middle, then that can stand for 4 different sets of prefixes, and I'm going to get into that a little later. But understand, let's see, understand, underscore, under, S-K-O-R. And it's really troubling me that I'm having trouble here writing on the slant here. Underscore, underhanded, I'd write under, H-N-D-D. That's, a hand is just H-N-D, but we added a D to it. And I know it's kind of blending in and looking like a mess there, but under. How about enter? Well, in enter, we write this, entertain. We just make a little N above the word, and tain is T-A-N. Just like T-A-N we got here. Understand, S-T-A-N. Well, this is T-A-N, entertain. Let's see, what are some other words that I could add with intercede. Intercede, S-E-D. So you see how quick that is. And I see how it's just looking a mess here because writing from a slant just ain't really getting it too good here tonight. But that is a quick way. Now, I'm not going to stop here. What about intro? How about introduce? Well, when we want to write intro, when we want to cover that part of the word, we write N-O above the word. And this is D-U-S, introduce. Introduction, how about introduction? Intro, D-U-K-T-I-O-N, introduction. See how quick that is. Okay, but how about intra? Let's look at intra. Now let's see, what can be a, how about intramuscular? Like sometimes you go to the doctor, they give you an intramuscular shot. You just write N-A above the word, and that stands for intra. Intra, let's see, I'm going to have to tilt the board a little bit to write this word. M-U-S-K-U-L-R. That's intramuscular. And actually, I didn't get it on the line like I wanted to. Let me write it up here. Intra. Muscular. That's a little bit better. No, I'm not really satisfied with it. It's just really kind of hard here, right from slant. Intra. Muscular. There we go. I'll do it better without the line under these circumstances. From writing on a slant, I can actually do better without the line. But for your sake, I need that line up there so you can see the length and how high the strokes are to come. But isn't that amazing that, and you can see how fast that would move you along with writing any word. To think trans, you just make a little T over the word. The word under, like understand, you make a little U over the word. The word enter, above any word, you would put a little N over the word. The word intro, like introduce, that would be just an N and an O above the word. And the word intra would be an N and an A above the word. So you see, just those little quick strokes takes care of those word beginnings. And these are the beginnings of a number of words in our English language. So that will save you a tremendous amount of time. Now let's get to the alphabet of G, because that's where we were supposed to be going next. But I got to thinking, you know, I wanted to throw some stuff ahead, just give some of you a quicker look at what we're going to be covering more in depth in the future, and maybe that would encourage you a little bit to see even more so how quick Gregg Shorthand is. Now let's look at the word a bunch of them in G. I'm going to write them without the line first, then we'll go back with the line. Okay, look at the word go, G-O. The word good in Gregg Shorthand is just a G. How about great, G-R-A-T. How about glitter, G-L-I-T-R. That should be a little bit smaller to look like that little I there. And G-L-I-T-R. How about the word glide, G-L-I-D. See how quick that is. Okay, let me give you some more in G, and then we're going to put them on the line. How about goofy? G-U-F-E. Some of you probably think I'm a little goofy at times. How about grand? G-R-A-N-D. How about grant? G-R-A-N-T. Notice the N-T is not as long as the E. If you remember on the line, you got T-H-N-T-N-D. Okay? Okay, so we had goofy, grand, and grant. How about gift? You giving some G-I-F? Grief, G